Identity crisis. Why do we have identity crisis among black people, especially in America? At this point in the USA, we don't know who we are. Some claim black Hebrew Israelites, some say black Indians, some say African Americans, some say black Americans, some say FBA, Foundational Black American, some say Gullah, some say Geechee, some say Gullah Geechee. At this point, everyone confusing each other and just creating new content. And this content confuse people. Or are we just diverge? A people of many. But you can be who you want to be. I am who I am. One thing I want you to know, at the end of the day, all of us as black people have African DNA. Some more dominant than others. From 70% to 100%. It's in our genes, DNA, genotype, and phenotype. You can see it in our face features, our melanin, our kinky curly hair. You can see it. Our nose, our lips, our eyes, the shapes of our face. You can see it. At the end of the day, there's one thing. We're Negroid or African. It's in our DNA. You can be who you want to be. As long as we respect each other, call yourself whatever you want to be. But at the end of the day, it still stands. You're African. So, now, moving on. Let's move with the Gullah talk. You see these people, Sudan, Kemet, they got brown skin, some real black. These Nubians, someone's got that in our blood. But at the end of the day, it's undeniable that African Americans and the Afro-Caribbeans has African in them. Just look, and you can see the resemblance. Using black women as an example. Understand this, people. And this is from my Facebook. Now look, as you see, look at the African American woman. A real African American picture. Look at her, and look at the Yoruba woman, and look at the other African American woman. As we go down, look at the Madanka woman, and look at these women up top. The African American, the Yoruba. Look at the Congo woman, and look at these women up top. Look at the Yoruba woman, look at these women up top. You see the melanin skin, all chocolate, some darker than the other. But we all know that what really plays the factor is the phenotypes and the DNA. Because you could be yellow looking and have a lot of African in you. Got many cousins and family members of all kinds. From yellow to black. When we say black, it's somewhat darker than this Congo woman. But as you see, look at their phenotypes, the eyes, their nose, the melanin, the hair texture, all of that. You can see it. So, just look, people. The Wolof, as you see, Fula, as you see, the Haitians. You know what I'm saying? We all the same people. Regardless, melanated people of the planet. Let's continue to look. As you see, people, Somalia woman, Kenya woman, Nigeria woman, Ghana woman. So regardless of what tribe you're from, and I know that we operate different on some level, but all of us got some things in common. The way we dance, a lot of us are dancing people, creative people, and survivors of the planet. And we're adaptable type people, most of us. It's in our genes, people. Regardless, when we fight, we destroy ourselves, we destruct ourselves. And that's how it come down to white supremacy ruling over us. It's mostly ourselves who destroy ourselves. Like they say, love yourself. Yeah, that's what we didn't do. I read this book called Destruction of the Black Civilization. We destroy ourselves. Nobody can beat us but us. Nobody can defeat us but us. See, this is the African diaspora. But as you see, use a woman's for example. When was the term African American first used? Understand this, the term African American has its roots in the late 18th century, which means the 1700s, but its modern uses as a widely accepted term to describe people of African descendants in the United States began to take shape in the late 20th century, which means the 1900s. Now, the early uses of African American, the term African American was in 1782. Yes, the first use in the United States to describe people of African descendants. Also, in the 1820s, the term African American was occasionally used in the early 19th century, which means the 1800s, in the context of the African Methodist Episcopal Church. So they use it in church a lot. Now, in the modern day usage, which is 1960s, it was used. The term African American began to gain popularity during the Civil Rights Movement, particularly among the intellectuals and the activists. And in the 1980s, the term gained wider acceptance and uses, especially after Jesse Jackson's 1988 presidential campaign, in which he advocated for the use of African American instead of black. But in the 1990s, African American had become a widely acceptable and common to use term to describe people of African descendants in the United States. Today, African American is a widely accepted and preferred term along with the word black to describe people of African descent in the United States. So we say African American or black because we know it means people who has dominant black DNA from 70 to 100% African DNA, which means, okay, it might be a little mixture here, a little what I call interruptions, like when slave master raped our grandparents, or when a black person hooked up with a white person, no matter it could be your male, your mama or father, grandfather, granddaddy, grandmom, great-great-grandmom, great-granddaddy. Mainly, it's the greats. It's because a regular black person would have black grandparents, all four black grandparents. Now, a mulatto mean mixed. They might have half, you know what I'm saying? Half black, half white. Now, but to be African American far as black, which sometimes they also call mulattoes, mixed people, 50% African DNA, half from their mother or father black. Some of them is considered black too. So now, but mostly they talking about people who got dominant African DNA from 70% to 100%. And this is what's called black or African American. Because even though there was an interruption, it don't stop how you look. It don't stop your African phenotype, the way what's in you and how you feel. They don't stop none of that. Because genetically, if African dominate, that would take over you. One thing further, this is what considered as African American, aka the coded name black. Black is a coded name, but they also have people who do look real black or black. But it's all shades of your melanin, from brown, the lightest brown, to black. So this is what considered as African American, aka black people in the United States of America. And it's from 70% to 100% dominant African DNA. So you got to have dominant African DNA, which means from 70 to 100%. Some has 60%, some has 60% also, but at least half, which is 50% mulatto, to be considered African American. We got names for our different shades of your melanin, which I call flavor. We got different flavors. So black Americans influence the world, as we know. Now, the names. So African Americans got names for their melanin. You see brown, coffee, mocha, peanut, wood, pecan, skipping all around, caramel, syrup, chocolate. chocolate, tortilla, cinnamon, all kind of like names. Now, as we see, African American got names for your melanin people, like blackberry or black coffee. And these people I personally know, some is family. As you see, people like Oreo, they look like an Oreo. They're so black. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, blackberry and black coffee, African Americans, they got different flavors. And you might have different flavors in one little family. It might be in your immediate family. You might have somebody real black, and somebody brown, and somebody red, or light brown. That is how an African American family is. You know, been interruption in our blood, and some don't got that much interruption. They still be light, might be red. So with this being said, this is the chocolate African American, including myself, which is chocolate dark brown, chocolate color, just like the chocolate candy bar. As you see, you got eyes, you can see. Look at these African American women's chocolate. This is chocolate. You know what I'm saying? We know chocolate looks so good, especially when the skin be glowing. Okay, now you got brown sugar also. See how brown sugar, regular brown sugar people. Brown sugar, baby, what you call also toffee color. But we also had cinnamon flavor, African American, light brown, African Americans. As you see, light brown, cinnamon color flavor. But also we got caramel, like my wife right there. Caramel color. See, caramel. Which saw like a golden brown, like golden brown complexion. As you see, it's caramel. But also we have what you call your red bones. As you see, your red bones, peanut color, what they call peanut African Americans, red bones, like a payday. Then you have your tortito, the yellow light African American, tortito color, yellow. They so yellow, they could almost be going to complexion white, but they're yellow. You know what I'm saying? They're yellow, they very light. Tortito, African American. And let me tell you, that because they this light don't mean that they're mulattoes, because you got some of them like 70-80% African American with this complexion. So who got more African DNA percentage than a dark skinned African American. So now, you see the dark skinned African American, including myself right here. And these are my people. When I light getting your face, you look lighter, you know what I'm saying? But I actually look like one of these people, that complexion. So as you see, these the dark skinned African American and some of my homeboy and family. So with this being said, these the dark skin. This is the people they don't show you. Down south got a lot of dark skinned people. They only show lighter African Americans on TV, so you think all of them light. When you see dark skin, you say, oh, we in Africa. But the truth is, everybody, you can look at people who lighter phenotype and tell they got African in them. It's the strong phenotypes. But these are people I know, you know what I'm saying, and family. As you see, dark-skinned African-American women. As you see, people, dark-skinned. And like I say, the light from the camera make everybody look lighter than what they really are. So, and this is me and my family, my cousin. As you see, dark-skinned African-American. And this is the famous Pat Gunn of Gullah Geechee culture, African American. And this is another Gullah Geechee. She's very popular. This lady right here, her name is Queen Quet of the Gullah Geechee nation. She's of the Gullah Geechee culture and nation. And this is me. Blending in, as you see, Look at my face right here, and look at their face. All similar. And these are like statues that I put my picture upon these statues. And when I cut myself out and put it in there, I blend right in. King lit. So, the question that everybody want to know, do African Americans have a culture? Of course we do, people. Yes, absolutely, we do have a culture, which simply means black people's way of life, the way we live in America. So, black American lifestyle deals with survival, being innovative, being real or genuine, down to earth, geniuses, fighters, dominant. We got dominant, aggressively people too, and dominant nature, intelligence, spiritual, storytelling. Storytellers, a whole bunch of storytellers. Music, arts, science, metaphysics, stable, dancers, lovers of nature, stylish people, beautiful, into beauty also. And they're all about love and inventors, unity, and we respect the elders, and we're very special type people, and magical on the upside and on the downside, because we deep into our voodoo or hoodoo or magic or spirituality. But also on the downside, African American culture is very destructive, one of the most dangerous. They can get very dangerous on the downside, and genocidal, suicidal, and isolated, and unstable. So that's on the downside. So understand this, black or African Americans influence the world. I'm proud, me King Lit, of being the African American. So let's speak on this. Let's go deep on this. As you see, these are the dark-skinned African Americans, which is so many of them in America. They only show you a lot of light people, but we know we got some of the black, and some people look purple black, like somebody in Sudan somewhere. So, and that's it, was in my neighborhood alone. So with that being said, they only show you the lighter version, so I'm showing you the darker versions. Why that's important? Because it's a balance of both, you know what I'm saying? And you would think like, all them mixed with something, because you got 100% people who wasn't mixed, you know what I'm saying? I got a little interruption in my blood due to slavery and all that. My parents, my great grandparents been raped and all that other stuff going on with plantation slave owner. Well, I could trace that back. So, you know, we had Black Wall Street, all that, you know what I'm saying? They had their own neighborhood. They had 600 businesses, 21 churches, 21 restaurants, 30 grocery stores, 2 movie theaters. They had their own neighborhood, own community. They had all of this, 6 private airplanes. And this is like 1920s. Ain't that something? And plus a hospital, a bank, post office, schools, libraries, law offices, and even they had a bus system. So Black Wall Street had all of that. The black people, of course, you ain't gonna see, you really not gonna see their face clear because it's a black and white picture. But then they had the Black Power movement. All that, they're all fighting for our rights. That's why I say a culture of fighting, survival, and everything else. Then you heard of the Gullah Wars, which they didn't advertise, but I'm giving it to you now. They got many books on the Gullah Wars. And this is when the Gullah beat the U.S. Army. Yes. Talking to black Gullahs, which African descendants, some of them mixed with Indians that was in this land and stuff like that. And some of them, but to be Gullah, you have to have black in you, dominant African. No matter what you mix with, you got to have African in you. So, because this about people came from Africa, mostly West and Central Africa, as they say, but some may came from East Africa. But what we heard of this mostly West and Central Africa, slaves. So those who descendants of slaves, but also those blacks who's already here as black Indians, or those who were mixed, like, you know what I'm saying, Indians. You know what I'm saying? Mixed with the African people over here that were brought over here. Now, This is the massacre of whites by the Indians and blacks in Florida. Yes, this is cause they were like cutting their heads off and everything. You know, they got that vicious to that point. You know, that's why the Gullah beat the U.S. Army 3 times until they finally just gave up. And that's when Abraham Lincoln, they said, so-called freed us, but most of that, he didn't really care about freeing us. As far as my understanding, he did it because of this right here. The massacre of whites by Indians and blacks. Just imagine that going all over the USA. This happened all over the United States. And white folks say, no, they're killing us. They're killing us. They're killing us. What are you going to do? You're going to bring a solution. So I'm saying, that's why in one of the statements, he said he don't care about freeing black folks. You know what I'm saying? But the people complaining. So he had to do something. His people complaining. White folks call them Seminoles, which mean wild and untamed. That's why they're called the black Seminoles and stuff like that. Now, we can go to the invention, the black inventors. We had a lot of black inventors. And it's a lot of stuff that black people invented that's not even on here. Now, some in the 1700s, 1800s. You see the air conditioning unit, you know what I'm saying? You see the name, you go all the way on down. The doorknob to the clothes dryer to, we can name it, you know what I'm saying? The elevator. We can just name it to the mailbox. We can just name it, you know what I'm saying? Straight comb, phone transmitters, and traffic light, and the mop, pencil sharpener, the lock, the cup. Dang, black people can invent a lot of stuff. The gas mask, hairbrush. We go on, keychain, and we can go on and on and on, people. Folding bed, folding chair. We go on with black people invented, people. You know what I'm saying? So, also, as you see, we had black scientists in the world. So, let's thank our black inventors for their inventions. I'm trying to say it correctly as a Gullah Geechee person. Sometimes my tongue get twisted. And then we got the Gullah culture, Gullah lingo, that's into law right now. So, when I say sup, cooling, that don't mean that it's broken English. It's into law now. It's a language. It's a thing in them box me and my brother with the bunkie. Thing in them box me and my brother with the bunkie. The hotel. I know they was a wussy. I ain't green. I go across the Tatum like Nana always told me. I ain't know them children got shot. Them churned something else from that water, the Pope. So, okay, what I'm basically saying is, what's up, chilling? Thing and them punched me and my brother, beat their booty. They ran. I know they was a coward. I'm not a lame. I go across their head like grandma always told me. I didn't know them children got shot. Them children something else from their water, the port. So that's basically it. This Gullah lingo, Gullah culture. Savannah, Georgia is one of the cities. Charleston, Jacksonville. Jacksonville is the biggest Gullah city. But then you got the rural areas. So they always speak a little different, but about some of the things the same, because Gullah Geechee. But you're going to recognize the way they talk. Just like New Orleans, you're going to recognize Savannah person, Charleston person, especially Charleston. They're very strong. Like, they from the Caribbean. But you can tell. People. So that being said, that's pinpoint right there. So with that being said, that's either pinpoint or the Macintosh. Pinpoint is like in Chatham County, with Savannah outside of Savannah, right near Savannah, right by Savannah. So with that being said, or I don't know if this is considered as Savannah, but as you see, this Gullah Geechee cultural heritage. This is how I feel. This is how I feel to have dominant African DNA. I love this here. That's me.
China. I actually performed. I was the first American to perform in Russia in 2018 in Moscow. And black shit is everywhere. Hip hop. There's Russian hip hop. I was in Lithuania. Went to a Lithuanian hip hop club. I was the only black dude there, and they were all grabbing their dicks, and I'm like this. Hi guys, hello, hi. That's our culture. Yeah. China, everywhere is hip hop. When I was in Japan, when I was in Korea, black people are copied. All that K-pop is just nothing but fucking a new edition. It's all black shit everywhere. African American, I think the African American culture is the strongest culture on the planet, period. Because even Africans are going, yo, nigga, man, fuck all that shit, nigga. Really? You sound stupid, man. This nigga got a lot of nerve, man. I was just saying, though, man, nigga. Shut up. Get the fuck out of here. Michael Blackson does it, but he's fucking around. Right. But there's people doing it. I see they got these reality shows, these African like reality shows, and she's like, shit, that bitch, I know that bitch not talking to me like that. Well, really? What? They got Real Housewives of Africa. They got shit like that now. Nigeria got Nollywood and all. Hell, it's the third largest movie. But they're acting like they're taking from African American shit. Right. You know, a lot of them are taking it. Some people may not agree, but it's facts. And it's like, why are you shitting on African? Every African is not shitting on African Americans. That's bullshit. Right. But it's like, it doesn't make sense. Right. Because African Americans are, I mean, Africans are creative too, of course. Right. But African American, that culture is the coolest shit on the planet. Keep it 100. Hip hop, you know, just everything. It's damn, jazz, blues, everything you create. African Americans created all of American music. It's all black. Right. Like, even country music, even though they complain. Like John Schneider from the Dukes of Hazzard. What are you, fucking still Bo Duke, motherfuckers?
Give it to him, Godfrey. Godfrey.
What's that? Beyonce, boy, it's just like a dog pissing on everything. Shut up. It's black. Yeah. Country music is ours.
What?
It's black. I'm claiming it. You're gonna say, oh, look, you just come to the home hand. Shut up. Still white people take from old black men and black women and make it, and then say, you stay out of there. Look at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. How the fuck you gonna have a Hall of Fame and we gotta wait to get inducted from the music the black people created? And you got a whole white fucking, we don't know. What? Have you been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Elvis's shit goes from here to the bottom. James Brown got That's a measurement in James Brown talk. He got a little fucking, he got an exhibit this big. It's literally
It's a shame, man. They don't give him no credit, man.
This exhibit is that big. Chuck Berry. But Elvis goes, all the way down the hall. All the way down the hall. Fuck out of here. I was just in Nigeria in December, which was great, which was fantastic.
He in Nigeria,
and, you know,
y'all.
a lot of Nigerian Americans get a lot of hard time from Nigerians that were born there. They say, you're not really Americanized. What's really fucked up is that Nigerians will say, not all of them, but someone will say, you're not really Nigerian. I say, yes, I am. If my parents are Nigerian, I come out Nigerian. Right. Period. Right. When you see an Asian man, no matter where they are, you go, look at that Asian guy over there. Right. You connect them to their continent.
Yeah, they don't say you because you born in the States. Or
and I know some Southern Asian. I'm Chinese. I'm like, I'm from Texas, but they'll still say, oh, the Asian guy is from Texas.
Right.
Yeah.
They already connect them, but for some reason, when it comes to the African life or it's like all of a sudden I'm not African, but you believe the white South African, though. You believe the white guy that's African. But I, who have the genes, just because I was born here, or British African, they'll give a British Nigerian more respect than an American Nigerian. There's a lot of Nigerian Americans, Ethiopian Americans, Congolese Americans. They're here. We are still African. I don't care that I don't know the language. Oh, so I'm still African. Now, if you were to ask me, are you Nigerian? I'd be like, hell no, I ain't Nigerian. I'm American. The Nigerian be like, how can you say that? Well, how can you embarrassed us all? Why you are Niger? How can you, all your money? See? So, fuck that.
They want it both ways, huh?
They want it both ways.
Why y'all hate us?
What? Well, you're Nigerian now. You need to talk to them. Why do you hate Shannon on me? For what?
What you about to witness, this guy is funny. He's a South African.
I'll never forget, I met an American in South Africa. And he said to me, he said, well, you know, Trevor, it's funny you say that because if you come out to America, they'll label you as black. I said, really? And he was like, hell yeah. Oh yeah, everybody's black out there. And I was like, wow, well, I want to be black. And I found out it's true. Mixed race people are categorized as black in America. Yeah, the only catch is, and nobody tells you this, you have to be liked and successful first.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, I love this comedian here on this subject here, being black. I had to skip through because you don't want to play a person all their videos. So I'm gonna get to the part.
This you? This you? And you'll be like, I'm thinking.
Right here.
That has to be the personification of cool, in my opinion. There's nothing cooler. Black Americans are so cool, they can make you feel good about yourself just by asking if you are you. You don't believe me? Get a black American man to come up to you and just be like, hey yo, this you? Nah, this you? This you? This you? And you'll be like, I think it is.
Yeah, man, this comedian is funny.
I was that black. Not just any black, but the coolest black in the world, and that's American black. I can say this with confidence, being from Africa. I know black. I'm well versed in the arts of black. I'm from the black factory. I mean it. I've seen every kind of black, from light black all the way to like navy blue black. I know black. And there's no cooler black than American black. Nothing cooler, you know? Because American black people, I mean, you just look at how much they've done to influence modern day pop culture, you know? Small things and the big alike. You look at the music. You got, you know, jazz, hip hop, R&B, all black Americans, style of clothing, you know? Just this general swag that they brought to everything. Even small things like walking. I mean, walking is such a mundane activity, isn't it? It's just there's nothing cool about this thing. You just move from one place to the next, and pretty much everybody can do it. This is it. There's nothing. And then black Americans came along, and then they just added in that bounce, and all of a sudden you look really cool. You just, you know, you look like you have a purpose. You've just got that. Yeah, look at this. It's super cool, and it must be hard for an.
Okay, then moved on down some little bit because I don't want to play this whole video. Chop. Give you the most important parts that I like.
Walk. And by far the coolest thing of all is the talk. I've listened to black Americans, and it's the most amazing use of the English language I've ever come across in my life. Because they pay no regard to punctuation whatsoever. Just cruise through sentences. It's fantastic. First time I had a conversation with a black American man was in Baltimore, Maryland. This guy walked up to me after the show. He didn't even walk, he just floated in. Just came up to me and was like, hey yo, babe, hey yo, let me holler at you for a minute, man. Let me holler at you. I said, okay. He's like, man, I ain't even gonna front, man. I came out here, dude. I ain't even know who you was, man. I didn't even know. As I hear the show, I bought my girl. We was out there. You came out there. You were doing your thing. I was like, yo, man, I ain't even know they got them yellow bones out there in the motherland, man. I was like, yo, this kid better be funny, man. But I ain't gonna lie. You came out there. You was keeping it coming, keeping it moving. You was just beasting. I was like, all right, man, maybe this kid is the truth, yeah? This kid was doing his thing. He was keeping it out there. I started laughing. My girl was killing herself. I was like, all right, this mofo got flow for sure. You know what I mean? And I was like, no, I don't. But I love it. It's the most amazing use of English I've ever come across in my life. Just that one word alone. Just the strength of that. Nah, mean.
Nah, mean.
Do you know what I mean? You nah, mean. It just...
Nah, mean.
It sums it all up, doesn't it? It's just, you know, neither question nor statement. It's just, like, why have we been wasting our time with syllables for so long? I don't understand. It was a crazy day today, you know what I mean? Yo, that shit was crazy, you know what I mean? It just flows, it's magical. It says it all. I feel like I've wasted years of my life without nah mean. I wish I could go back in time and relive my favorite moments, watch my favorite movies again, seeing them bring to life. This is Sparta! Nah mean! Power.
Video I love about African Americans. See, the truth is being revealed. This is how it is, you know. So this video here, he speaks the truth.
I don't know if you can think of a people who were more held back, more deprived, more sabotaged than African Americans. You took everything away from them and took them away from everything. They started in your country at less than zero, literally regarded and treated as subhuman, not allowed to learn to read or write or anything for hundreds of years. But you see, they come from a people of accomplishment to one degree or another, not a people of piracy and theft and appropriation. They come from a people who created and built and developed in their own land. And even though you did everything that you could possibly do to suppress them, to hold them down, to hold them back, and you're still doing that until today, nevertheless, I don't think anyone can dispute the fact that African Americans have become a global cultural superpower. Culturally, they're a superpower. Whatever cultural soft power that America has in the global South, it's African American.